there. So if you're watching this video, that most likely means that you either missed the demonstration in class or that you needed a little bit of assistance with understanding what a contour line drawing is. We said earlier in class today that when we're doing a contour line drawing, we're not going to be using a line that lifts up and down like this. This type of mark is called a sketching line. And these are just fine with most of our drawing processes that we do in class. But for this particular assignment, we're going to be using a special line that is continuous, meaning that as I'm drawing, I'm going to try and use only one line. And I want that line to have not only my exterior edges, like an outline, like we would have here, where if I put my hand down and went over the outside of my hand, I would just have this exterior edge. That would be a tracing. And we actually need more information than that with a contour line. With a contour line drawing, I want to have the outside edge as well as show me the interior edges or folds in a form or in a hand in our situation. When we're beginning our contour line drawings of a hand, the first thing that we want to do is actually use our eyes to kind of have us start. We want a beginning point. I'm going to begin my drawing back here on this part of my hand, and I'm going to look and follow the edges of my finger. And I'm going to look and see, where do those lines go inside? Where do they go along the outside edge, but where do they curve into the finger? I'm going to be looking for wrinkles, bends, and of course fingernails. When I'm doing this process, I'm going to be drawing slowly and as accurately as I can. So as I'm about to begin, you've noticed probably that I'm using ink. I'm using a pen. And that's because I actually don't want to be able to erase. So I'm going to begin now, and as I'm drawing, my eyes are at the back of my wrist on the top of my hand. And I'm going to follow my eyes along the edge of my hand. My drawing instrument or my drawing tool should be moving slowly. Don't rush this part of the process. I've done one knuckle, so now I'm going back to define this knuckle. Going over a line more than one time is completely okay. And if I'm not allowed to lift or change things, it's kind of essential that you can go over an area more than one time. When I'm getting to that fingernail, I've done what is called a backward C shape to help define it. Students are frequently afraid to do the wrinkles that they see in their hand because they think it makes them look old. But the reality is we all have wrinkles. That's actually how we're able to bend our fingers. And I'm actually going a little bit faster than you should. Now I'm in what I call the padded section of my hand. It's that area in between my pointing finger and my thumb. You're going to notice as you work on these that you will make some mistakes. When you can't erase, that's inevitable. Now I'm creating what is called the big C between my thumb and my pointing finger. Defining my nail. And again, I'm going faster than you should. Notice how I'm going back over an area more than one time if I need to add additional lines. You can vary what we call the pressure of your mark by not pressing as hard, and that will make certain lines not stand out quite as much. The harder you press, the darker the line. I'm now getting down to the end of my wrist, and I've done what will be the first section of your first contour, which will be your pointing finger and your thumb. But then later we're going to come in and do the entire hand. So in order to do that, I'm going to use backtracking, meaning that I'm going back over my lines, but I'm not lifting my pen. I'm just kind of lifting the pressure a little. I'm going to just kind of go right over here. Didn't lift, I just relieved the pressure, didn't press as hard. And then when I notice that, hey, this finger touches my middle finger, I'm going to continue drawing. Until I see that it connects. Going back over that area. If you have on jewelry that we see, you have to draw it, so you might want to consider taking that off just for this assignment. So now I have my thumb, my pointing finger, my middle finger, and my ring finger, and I need to come in and address and think about my pinky. And granted, my angle might be a little different than yours. Okay, and so when I'm done, I should be able to see all of my fingers, and obviously there's some little issues with proportion. I was going too fast, but this is in essence how you would begin creating a contour line drawing. So now we're going to have you give it a try.